Hello, hello, hello. Can yoga help with chronic inflammation? That is what we're going to be chatting about today. We have all been there. I know we've all been there. It's just part of being life. It's just part of life, I suppose. It's kind of like you get injured, the injury's through there. It's kind of like that acute inflammation where maybe you've got a really sore shoulder or a knee or something. And if you well behaved and you do all the good things, you notice that after a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, that injury where that acute inflammation has disappeared. Sometimes, however, the inflammation kind of sticks and it goes on and on and on and on, and then it becomes like this chronic inflammation that is part of our lives. And that's often where we see a lot of disease happening. Disease kind of like stems from chronic inflammation. So if it's that diabetes, the high blood pressure, the your cancers and everything that I mean, I think there's a list of over like 180 diseases that are the result due to chronic inflammation. So chronic inflammation, most of us have it. I had a big problem with my thyroid, and that was due to my whole system being inflamed. And it is the way it then expresses itself. That is chronic inflammation. So my name is Nina. I am a yoga teacher and a yoga health coach. I am glad that you're here. And we're going to be chatting about, can yoga help with chronic inflammation? So when it comes to chronic inflammation, it's important again just to note that it's not just in the body that it shows up. It can show up in the mind as well. We can have inflammation of the mind, especially if we're going into negative thinking, we have a depressive tendency. That is actually inflammation of the mind. And we can even have, believe it or not, inflammation of the soul, where you're actually just not following your life's purpose and you're just not having the impact in the world that you were born to have. So keep that in mind. And we'll be chatting reduce inflammation and heat in the form of anti-inflammatory. And the more inflammation that you have in your system, the more gentle your exercise needs to be. So when we are exercising, we're producing heat, and that generates actually a pro-inflammatory response. And that is vital for tissue repair to take place and for our immune system to detoxify. So there needs to be a certain amount of heat generated in the body so that things can shift and change. If we know about the three doshas, the vata, the pitta, and the kapha, the pitta, which is that form of tejas, it needs that heat for the transformation. Vita is very transformative, and we need heat to transform ourselves from one state to another state. So, as a yoga teacher or as a yoga practitioner, how do we operate? How do we navigate this? What do we do? Well, yes, if you have a student that comes to you and they're wanting to start yoga and they have got chronic inflammation, very, very gentle yoga is where you start. And the bigger their chronic inflammation is, the gentler the yoga has to be. And then from there, you kind of build up your resilience and you start to release the inflammation. Now, as a yoga teacher, it is vital to realize that you can help your students in more than one way. It's not just physical, because inflammation is also lifestyle driven. And so if a person is coming with a frozen shoulder or a thyroid problem or diabetes, it's important to know, what are their daily habits? Are they getting a good enough sleep? Are they getting good enough rest? Are they eating their main meal at lunchtime? Are they eating enough vegetables and greens? And are they staying away from all the sugary foods, the refined carbohydrates? I mean, we all have those here and there, but is it a big part of their diet? If it is, then that definitely shows you that there is a different part, a different aspect that you can help that student with. And then the third part is, like I was saying, it's their soul. Like, are they doing what they were put on this earth to do? Are they feeling fulfilled each day when they wake up? Or is it a drudge? And this is why yoga is so beautiful, because When you are working in a yoga class, you can work physically to gently open and close. You're working with the mind, with the breathing and the relaxation practices, and bringing in positivity. And you're bringing in those questioning, those soul questioning aspects into your yoga class as well. So if you are a yoga teacher and you do not yet have a system or structure in place to work with lifestyle options, go and check out my free DIY seasonal reset training. I give you the 10 steps that you need so that you can set up a seasonal reset. And that means that you can take that to your students and start doing little mini 7-day challenges here and there each season, just to help them put a pause on that inflammation. We all need that. Life is so busy, so hectic, and it's so vital that we carve out every season just a little bit of time. It might just be 7 days here or there, but over 10, 20, 30 years, if you do that regularly, it's going to have such a positive impact on your overall health and lifestyle. So that's why I really love, and I really hope that you'll go check out that free resource that I've created for you guys, so that you can take that knowledge, that skill, that wisdom to your students, and so that we can start helping everyone improve and heal and feel better, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. So from my heart to yours, have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.